Hello, welcome to episode 88 of Beers with a Minor podcast. I am Mad Mumzie, and this episode is definitely one with a difference. We have sound effects and everything. Recently, I went on a trek out to one of the mining towns where I worked for many years, and now one of my kids is staying out there, and my little grandson. So I went out there and was so excited, and it was great, as you'll hear, but shit went down, as you will also hear, and it wasn't what I expected, and I recorded it all going down along the way. So to see the actual video that I've put together, head to the show notes page, madmumzie.com/beers88, and in saying that, let's just get on with it. And this is a really good lesson, especially if you are doing drive in, drive out, or if you just want to be entertained. And to all my old timers from out that way, definitely watch the video, because you'll see the change to the Eaton range, which has been like a major fuck up for a long time for all of us. You know, you're stuck at the bottom of the range when you are meant to be going out for night shift, or at the top when you're coming home and you're falling asleep, or waiting for an oversize to come up. There's roadworks and slips, and just has been a nightmare, and they've done a lot of work, but it took forever to do it. And now it's done. So I videoed it on the way up, and I videoed it on the way down, in two separate vehicles, which was not the plan. Keep listening, keep watching, and you will hear all about it. And hopefully it's a good reminder to all of us to listen to Mad Mumzie and just do what I say. Because Mad Mumzie didn't listen, and because of that, it all went to shit. But it was really good at first. Come along for this epic adventure, something different from Mad Mumzie, and if you like it, let me know, because I did really enjoy it. It was fun sharing videos along the way for myself. I didn't send them to anyone, but all the different emotions and how shit I looked the next day. I just wish I'd left my glasses on, you know. But anyway, real life, real Mad Mumzie, putting it out there. That's how I roll. Okay, let's dig in. Get it? Dig mining. Oh, I cracked me up.
Welcome to the Beers with a Minor podcast. My name is Mad Mumzie, and I've been driving the huge dump trucks in Australian open cut mines for over 10 years now. I wish I had $1 for everyone who said to me, "How does a little thing like you drive those big trucks? You must be rich. How do I get a job doing that?" My mining friends are asked these questions all the time too. This is what started the Mad Mumzie journey, to share stories and tips from living a mining lifestyle and to let others know what it's really like. Tune in each episode as I sit down for a relaxed chat, usually over a few beers, with a fellow miner. Women and blokes with various experience, roles and opinions share their lessons and stories with you. Not everyone is cut out to be a miner, but why not? What does it take to thrive and survive in this industry? Now, let's dig in. Get it? Dig. Mining. Crack me up. Mad Mumzie, one half of Steel Cap Sisters, going back to one of my old mining haunt boots. Look out, mining town, here I come. Ooh, ooh. Checking out the new bar and a couple of meetups and a Christmas party put on by the big client. Oh, I was so excited. I get to go over the hill. Hi, Mad Mumzie here. I am just about to go over our local range, over the hill to where the mines are, and I haven't done it for a while, not this way. And last time I did, they were working on the range and putting big funky lanes in and everything, and the roadworks took quite a few, felt like years, right? But it needed it, because there used to be slips when it rained, and also trucks rolling over, and that it'd be closed for ages. And also when there's oversize coming, it slows you down, which sucks when you're trying to come home, especially after night shift, just trying to stay awake. So it can be a real thing. So what I'm going to do is put the camera on the other side of the car, on the windscreen there, while I drive up, and I'm going to video it. And I know a lot of my friends who have moved away from the area, who used to go over the hill all the time. You might have moved over to Western Australia. Well, you have, a lot of you. So this, I'll speed it up, but yeah, I haven't done it for a while, so be a bit exciting. And then I'll try to remember to do it on the way home tomorrow, because I'm going out for one of the mining towns are having their annual Christmas party, and I don't think they had it because of, for the kids, I don't think they had it for a bit because of COVID. And I know people living in the town, so I'm going to have a catch up, no doubt a few beers, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let's do this. Oh, I'm excited. Love you, see you, bye. Right, hopefully it won't fall off. Okay, nothing's coming. I'm not in my car, I'm in another car, full drive. So there we go, we're off. Nice and slow. And I'm in someone else's car, so it's a lot higher than my SS Commodore, which is better. Look at that, that's all concrete or something we call up there. That used to be dirt down. We've got 2 lanes up and down, which is pretty good. And there used to be like sharp bends. That's why they had to close the range. Oh, this is one of them. Looks like it's still a bit sharp according to that sign. They used to close the range when oversides were coming up or down, which is quite often, and they go real slow. So yeah, so look at that, quite big gutters to take water away, and then it splits here in the downside right over there. Oh, this is new, I haven't been on this bit. Virgin territory. Yeah, because this is where they cut through the mountain part on the other side. We used to go around. Oh, check this shit out. We used to go around the other side big time. I guess we'll join up again soon. This kind of looks like the old find out on the way back. Yeah, that's the little truck come off. That's where I could have gone to, oh no, because they're on the other side right over there. This is still double lane. Oh, that's where we split, they go down the other way. So we'll see that on the way home. And I'll put them together. And I'll just pull up here. Mad Mumzie again. So I am here on my trek back to the old mining town where I hung out for many years. But I wanted to bring something up. If you can see in the background there, if we zoom in, I don't know if I can zoom in on video, can't. But we're on what they call a jump up here. And you come up over this hill and then you drop down. But you come over this big, and then there's a view, and then you drop down and away. And we'll see it again when we're on the way back, when I show you what they've done to the new range, now that it's finished. But I always made a point when I was here to, sometimes I'd stop, but not always, just to release the week or the time out at work. It was one of those places on the drive home where it was like, I'm on break, let it all go now. Oh, especially if you had a tough week, a tough time, let it all go and go and have your break. The doubt, that's a good tip no matter where you are. Find a way to release and change your boots from your work boots to your going home or your home boots, right? And then the other way is when you turn around and you're heading to work. How do you deal with that? Are you like, oh, crap, we're nearly back to work, and if you're going out for night shift, you've got to go to sleep and try and, get a bit of shut-eye, or maybe you're going out the day before and you're going to go on day shift next, and you have a couple of beers, catch up with your buddy, sitting on the back step of the donga. So it's up to you to change your boots. You're going out there, so you might as well find a way to make it be okay, right? And another one is a lot of the mining towns have a bucket of some sort. This one has a red dragline bucket, so that'll be my next stop. The person who's waiting for me to arrive will be like, where the hell is she? She should be here by now. And it'll be beer o'clock shortly, so I better hurry up. Okay, bucket stop next. Love you, see you, bye. Hey, so I'm back and I'm at the bucket. See? There it is. This one is, I thought it was red, it's actually orange. I wonder if it used to be red. Can't remember. So, this big dragline bucket. Most towns have one. And you can even do a bit of a tour and go to all of them. They're huge. They're always good. You've got to get your selfie in the, got to get a selfie in the bucket. Right, got teeth down here. The teeth that they dig with. And all that. But I just wanted to give you a look. Yeah. Right, so they're quite big. This, I'm sure there's bigger ones, but this is the one in this particular town. Look, I'm standing with my hands up. I'm not very tall, but they're big. Ah, the bucket. And then this bit is the bottom, and it scoops up the dirt and the rocks and all the shit, like you see on dragline. And then on big cables, and then it tips it out. Makes the big mounds. The low walls, I think. Get words, Mad Mumzie. Anyway, I'm going to go into town and I'll just get a selfie while we're doing this in the bucket. Hang on, where am I going to go? Hey. Send that to family so they know that I'm here. And now it's time for a beer. Out in the bush. Bloody beautiful, so green. Unusual. Lots of nice rain. Anyway, car's coming. Mad Mumzie looks like the crazy lady. The crazy person doing videos. And go Christmas party shortly. I think we're going to go and check out the new bar because they sadly have closed the old proper club because town has got a lot quieter since when I was here. Okay, hope to see you, bye. Go visit your local bucket. And tag, what are we going to call it? Hashtag what boots buckets. What boots buckets. Christmas party. Boots. And it's having a rest. Because she's a nana and that's what she can do. Love a few. So I'm on my way home after my big adventure and the car has overheated was going a bit slow up a hill. I'm like, it ain't no V8. And then I realised the temperature was going up, and then it went up. So I've pulled over as safe as I can. Hazard lights on, people driving past me, no service, but I've managed to get onto family and said, bring water. There's a car coming up behind me now, so we'll see if they stop, hey? Okay, love you, see you, bye. And you can be miles from anywhere. That's why you need a two-way. People did stop. Family's on the way from the little town. And always have lots of water with you. Lucky it's not too hot today. Mad Mumzie giving you a free lesson. This wasn't the plan. I should be nearly home by now. But all is well. The car has cooled down, but I'm going to wait so we can check the water and make sure it's got enough and see. Oh, I got a message. Oh. So you see these cactus out here? When they flower, you know we're going to get rain in the next day or so. See, it looks like it's got, I've already zoomed in. I think that's a dead flower on top. Oh, this might be my rescuers here. Okay, love to see you, bye. The latest update is I am getting towed. My daughter's partner said because it's a diesel, don't keep just filling it up with water, and it might end up, you know, not being good and costing them a fortune to get it fixed. So that suits me. I did, of course, had to go and bloody, because my RACQ didn't have her, like me, driving any car, which I thought I had, but the one I've got at the moment, I used to have that, but now it's just my car, and then my daughter's car, so we've had to add her car on, which we've done. I did get a bit upset with the RACQ people because they hung up on me once, and, you know, the Mad Mumzie emotions coming out when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere in a strange car. But the good news is it's not too hot. I do have, there's no beer in it, it's chocolate milk. Haven't followed my own advice and got water with me. The tow truck will be here within an hour and a half. And then it's a good hour and a half after that just to get home or back to where it's being towed. I will enjoy my beer then and you'll hear all about it, but it's a good lesson for you, especially if you're doing D.I.D.O. Make sure you're in RACQ, which is our South Australia's RAA. I think New South Wales NRMA. I was in down there once. Roadside assist anyway. And if you can afford it, get the top coverage. I get 20 kilometre free tow, but we've got another 100 and something to go. So there's that. Yeah, so be ready for anything. And it's Sunday. You know, I'm not on my way to work. I'm not on my way home after night shift. Although the emotions that I've been going through feels like I have been. I was in a good place, in a happy place. One thing I might be able to do is video going down the range, but I'll be in a tow truck. Oh, fuck. So, I'll do that. That'll be funny. I'll be getting home closer. What? Down there. And then we're going to drop it off at where the car lives, you know, and they'll deal with it. And then my daughter will come pick me up. I'll get my car and go home and have a well-earned beer. And then that'll be my weekend over pretty much. I was going to do Heaps today. I was hoping to record a podcast with my sister, my fellow steel cap sister, for What Boots before she heads away again. I can't see me being in the right frame of mind for that. I better let her know. But it is beautiful here. I'm in the shade. And it's really hard to tell them where you are when you're, just on a road, on a jump up that everyone knows. But he's saying, is it near this road? Is it near that road? I said, mate, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can't see any roads. I knew I'd been past one mine and I was on the way sort of to another bit. But what they did do was new technology sent me a text and I allowed, there was a link for me to say yes to allow me to show where I am, my location. And then they sent back my longitude and latitude coordinates, which is pretty cool. And then they send that to the tow truck driver, I guess. So anyway, I got some shade. I'll sit back. I do have there's a car going past that works. I do have an extra charger, battery charger for my phone, which is also something Mad Mumzie says to make sure that you have backup batteries. And when I was stuck on the side of the road earlier with no service, and that's a good thing up here, there's service. Right. Might even be able to watch the V8s race soon, or the cricket while I'm waiting. But yes, I have my little portable robot, I call it, but my Wi-Fi modem. And I turned that on and connected my phone to it when I was in that SOS area. And I managed to get a little bit of Wi-Fi and got at least a couple of messages through to the kids. But I did forget, I've got one of these. Oh, don't push it because it's in the car. No, it's not turned on. So always have a two-way as well, because if you've got no service, at least you can call up a truckie and say, can you ring this number? And that was it. I didn't know what I would say to someone, because they can't just send the RACQ out or whatever. I feel like getting on and saying, hey, old bud in that car that just went past, got any water? Got a beer? No. Anyway, I just wanted to share this. I will be adding this adventure into something. But these are the sort of things that can happen. So be prepared. And I'm a bit rusty, obviously. I just popped out to see my daughter in one of the mine towns and forgot all the things. And in my daughter's car, because it's more reliable than my car, my poor old beasting girl. So we said, no, and it's full drive and there'd been a lot of rain around, so we'll go out in that. Because that's the other thing, the other day, the creek was over out here. And so we didn't know if that was still going to be up. But it's beautiful weather, as you can see. And it's not too hot, which is good. And I just checked the water and there's none in there again. So, I'm not limping back another 100 kilometres doing that. I'll kill the car. I don't want to be responsible for that. All right. Stay safe, be real, have fun. What boots can I put on? I need to change it up. My daughter said, it's all right, Mum, don't stress. Would have happened. Just sucks it happened out here to me. All right.
Now for a word from our sponsor, Julia Hartman and the Bantax Accounting Group. If you head to bantax.com.au/miners, that's BANTACS, you can download a free booklet, all just for us miners. And there's also a spreadsheet in there that helps you check off what tools you have for your trade, like your isolation lock, work boots, 7 shirts, all of these sorts of things. And you can weigh them up and it'll tell you if you qualify weight-wise to claim your trips out to work. I strongly urge you to head to bantax.com.au/miners and tell them Mad Mumzie sent you.
where to land.
So I couldn't use the audio, much of it, from coming down the range with a tow truck driver because, well, a few reasons. Initially, I said to him that I was recording it to send to my friend, which I am, my friends in WA who don't know how the range has changed. But also there was radio playing in the background, so therefore if I use the video on social media or even on the podcast, I could get a strike for copyright because of the tunes playing in the background. And being a tow truck, of course, he also had the police scanner on and the normal truck, you know, the UHF Channel 40 it is here anyway. So it was a bit noisy, but he did share with me, and I'm sure that it's common knowledge, that the reason it took so long, because it took freaking years, and Cyclone Debbie, fuck you, Debbie, Cyclone Debbie had a lot to do with it because they had big, massive slips, but I've researched it, and there was some funding issues about, you know, who's going to pay for the next bit and who's going to clean it up and all of that, which is why I said about, you know, disaster relief. And some areas got compensation, some didn't. It gets very frustrating, but bringing it back to the Eaton Range, they ended up having to cut through on the other side of the mountain for the upside, which I was very excited about, as you would have heard in the heading out to the town video when I was driving up there. And I always thought they were going to do something in there because you could see the roadworks, but that was probably after Cyclone Debbie, now that he's told me that. And so they had to come up with a plan B, if you like. Oh, we need to go to the other side of the mountain. And I think it's worked out heaps better. And then at the bottom of the range, we were saying how trucks still roll over. And it's quite steep because he was going really slow. And as you can see in one of the signs, it says 40. Because, you know, you go down there in your normal car, not like in the V8, it's like, go back a couple of gears or whatever. But in a truck, they have to be careful because of the load that they're carrying and all sorts of things. And they do, oopsie, range is shot. But I think now it would just be one side and they'd be able to scoop people up the other side. So we also spoke about how after the cyclone and the slip that a lot of their work stopped because you couldn't get, the traffic wasn't coming out, and the other range was closed off as well. So it's challenging times when disaster hits, right? It was good to go through, and then when we got down the bottom, and I would have loved to have kept that chat in, but if not for some random song being played in the background, I could have. But the sweeping bend right at the bottom, the left-hander, as you get to the bottom of the range, he said, and mind you, he goes on it all the time, and he reckons that other people have said it as well. He didn't think that they would keep that big sweeping left-hander. I can see that as you're coming down the hill and you're turning left, it's kind of a bit off camber feeling if you're in a truck. So I'm not sure where they end up flipping over, but that last bottom bit was the last part that they hadn't done when I went out there. Well, and the new bit on the other side, obviously. But the point that I'm trying to make ever so eloquently is that I was trying to figure out, what are they going to do down here? And really, they didn't do much. They at all. That big sweeper is still there. I suppose it's not quite as aggressive as it used to be. But yeah, I thought they were going to do something funky there. At one stage, I thought there was going to be like a tunnel or something. They were doing some major shit down the bottom there. But for all the effort that was going on, yeah, no, not impressed. But for the rest of it, yes, very good. So I'll insert this over the video. Hopefully it'll fit. And obviously for the podcast, if you can't see it, head to Mad Mumzie on YouTube. Look for the one with the pink hard hat, because the other one with the halo is my old one. That's how Mad Mumzie started. So go to YouTube, search for it. It'll be on all my socials anyway. Okay, so this is going to be the last video, I reckon. I think that the one you saw was me coming down the range. I didn't talk because we were in the tow truck. And the aircon didn't work that great, so he put the window down, so very windy, but good to see what it looks like when you're on the coming down side. We went and dropped off my daughter's car, and I picked up my old girl, and I must say I called in at the pub, had a couple of beers and took a breath, and now I'm home. Mid-strength, of course, mid-strength beer. 2 beers over an hour at least. Catching up with my daughter about all the things, and now I'm home. Got some washing on ready for the setup for the week, which I was going to do earlier, but lucky I did some on Saturday, so make sure you plan ahead with your washing. And I'm home. I've been out here for about half an hour, no devices, no messages, just me, my fire therapy boots, the birds settling in, the moon coming up, the sun setting just around the corner there, just through the bananas, and the moon is there, and we're building up to a fully, so it's going to be a great week of nights to be out. One thing I will finish on, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, is that whilst I was at my daughter's in the mining town, I did, can you see that light? There's a weird light on there. That's just one of my angels saying hi. All of them. The whole freaking team. Thank you for getting me home. I love you. And, what I want to say is I looked up and the stars out there were amazing, because we get good ones here, but just not like that. You know, it's just full on. I hope that dancing light, because that's how I talk about it, comes through, and I'm not sure I'll share all of these, probably inside my online resources at mining.teachable.com. In the start date for sure, in drive-in, drive-out area section, but also on Mad Mumzie on the social medias. I might do a live, because now I can do a live that I've pre-recorded, by upload a video and then go live, and then we can talk about it in the chat. I'd love to know if anyone can see that. Where I am, right round there, is a circle of light. Definitely angels. Oh, cheers. I'm home. Work tomorrow. Feels like in a minute, but it was a mission. Be prepared for missions and find ways to flip your boots so that you can get through the mission without it being a major head fuck. Right? You know, these things are sent to challenge us. So, stay safe. Did I get me? I'll have another drink after that. Huge day. I think it's nearly 7 o'clock on a Sunday and I'm on my second beer. And I had 2 at the pub hours ago. 3rd beer. Unheard of on a Sunday. Stay safe, be real, be special, and have fun, for we only live once. Cheers.